For decades, people have vanished from America's wildlands under bizarre circumstances. We're not talking about the expected tragedies of getting lost or succumbing to the elements. We're talking about strange, unsettling cases that defy easy explanation. This phenomenon has a name: Missing 411. These aren't just isolated incidents. They're a series of disappearances with eerie similarities, documented by former police detective David Pauly. We're talking about experienced hikers, hunters, even young children, disappearing in a flash, often with clothing or gear found neatly folded, miles away from where they were last seen. Search and rescue teams, some of the best in the world, are often baffled. They report a complete lack of scent for tracking dogs, even just moments after someone goes missing. The weather is often clear, the terrain manageable, yet people vanish without a trace. What if the answer isn't about bears or kidnappers? What if it's something hidden in the very ground beneath our feet? Today, we're not diving into paranormal speculation. We're following the data, a trail of breadcrumbs that leads us to an unexpected suspect: Granite. Let's look at the map. Paulides and other researchers have plotted these disappearances, and a startling pattern emerges. A huge number of these clusters are centered around massive granite formations. Yosemite National Park, a hotspot for missing 411 cases, is famously carved from the Sierra Nevada batholith, a gigantic expanse of granite rock. Think about other national parks with high numbers of unexplained disappearances. Rocky Mountain National Park, Mount Rainier, the Great Smoky Mountains. What do they all have in common? Extensive granite geology. Is this just a coincidence? After all, many national parks are mountainous, and mountains often contain granite. That's a fair point. But the correlation is too strong to ignore, especially when you consider the specific properties of this common stone. Granite is not just any rock. It's an igneous rock, formed from cooled magma deep within the Earth's crust, and it's packed with a specific mineral, quartz. Quartz crystals, which make up a significant percentage of granite, have a fascinating property known as piezoelectricity. Simply put, when you put mechanical stress on quartz-like through the immense pressure of tectonic plate movements, it generates an electrical charge. Now consider this: many of the areas with these disappearance clusters are also seismically active. The very ground is under constant, immense pressure. This means the vast granite deposits in these parks could be acting like gigantic natural batteries, generating powerful electromagnetic fields. But what could electromagnetic fields have to do with people disappearing? This is where the investigation takes a turn from geology to human biology. Our brains are electrical systems. Our thoughts, our memories, our very sense of direction are all governed by tiny electrical impulses. It's a well-established scientific fact that strong electromagnetic fields can interfere with human cognition and perception. People exposed to certain frequencies of electromagnetic fields have reported a wide range of symptoms: confusion, disorientation, auditory and visual hallucinations, memory loss, and even a feeling of intense, irrational fear. A primal sense of being watched or needing to flee. Sound familiar? These symptoms mirror the accounts given by the rare few who have gone missing and been found alive, often miles from their last known location with no memory of how they got there. They describe being in a disoriented, fugue-like state, as if they weren't in control of their own actions. Could it be that these naturally occurring electromagnetic fields, generated by the granite under stress, are capable of disorienting people on a profound level? Imagine you're hiking. Suddenly, you're overcome with confusion. Your compass starts spinning wildly, another common report in these areas. You can't remember which way you came from. You hear strange sounds, maybe voices on the wind. Your survival instincts get scrambled. Instead of staying put, you wander off the trail, deeper into the wilderness, driven by a fear you can't explain. This theory could also explain why search dogs often can't pick up a scent. Strong electromagnetic fields can ionize the air, which could potentially disrupt or obliterate the scent particles that dogs rely on. The trail literally goes cold, not because someone was snatched into the sky, but because the physical evidence was erased by an invisible force. And it doesn't stop with electromagnetism. Granite is also known to contain higher than average concentrations of radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. As these elements decay, they release radon gas, a colorless, odorless radioactive gas that can seep up from the ground. While radon is typically associated with indoor air quality risks, in certain geological formations and weather conditions, it can accumulate in low-lying areas outdoors. High concentrations of radon, combined with the low-frequency infrasound that can be generated by geologic activity, could also contribute to feelings of unease, paranoia, and physical discomfort, further compounding the disorientation caused by electromagnetic fields. Let's connect the dots. We have clusters of disappearances that defy conventional explanation. These clusters are geographically linked to massive granite formations. These granite formations are known to be piezoelectric and often exist in seismically active zones, creating the perfect conditions for generating strong, localized electromagnetic fields. We know that these fields can directly impact human brain function, causing disorientation, hallucinations, and irrational behavior. And we know that common elements of these cases, like a lack of scent for tracking dogs, can also be explained by the physical properties of these fields. This isn't a supernatural theory, it's a geophysical one. It suggests that certain areas of our planet, due to their unique geological makeup, are capable of creating conditions that are hazardous to human cognition. It's not a monster in the woods. It's the woods themselves. The danger is invisible, silent, and written in stone. Think about the descriptions. People are often found in or near boulder fields, which are essentially collections of granite. Children, whose brains are still developing and potentially more susceptible to these influences, seem to be disproportionately affected. Experienced outdoorsmen and women, who rely on their sharp senses and clear minds, suddenly find those very tools turned against them. This data-driven approach doesn't answer every question, of course. It doesn't explain the cases where clothing is found neatly folded, or how people can be found in impossibly remote locations so quickly. But it provides a scientific framework for understanding the core of the phenomenon, the sudden, inexplicable disorientation that seems to be the starting point for so many of these tragedies. It shifts the focus from looking for an external perpetrator to understanding a natural, environmental hazard. The next step for researchers should be to take this hypothesis into the field. Imagine mapping the electromagnetic fields in these hotspot locations in real-time. Imagine correlating spikes in EM activity with seismic shifts and weather patterns. Could we one day create a warning system, an EM forecast for hikers in national parks, letting them know when certain areas might be dangerous? The missing 411 cases remain a chilling and deeply human mystery. Families have lost loved ones, and their questions deserve answers. By looking at the problem through the lens of geology and physics, We might not find the closure they seek, but we might find a way to prevent these tragedies from happening again. The answers may not be easy, and they might be unsettling, but they could be buried deep within the earth, waiting to be uncovered. The wilderness is beautiful, but it's also powerful and indifferent. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't what's hiding in the woods, but what the woods are hiding from us in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you found this investigation compelling, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into unexplained phenomena. Stay curious and stay safe.